crystal cry last night, I didn't know what to say.
Hey guys, so I'm going to show you guys how to make this lovely orchid here, so keep watching to see exactly how to make this. So I'm going to show you what it is that you're going to need. So to start with, you're going to need some fake orchid leaves. Everything I have here I'll put down below in the description box so you can see exactly which ones I got. I got all of these in one big pack, so we're going to actually use all of them for this arrangement. You're also going to want to get some, I personally used silicone to stick down the floral foam down to the base. So this is the one I just used. I got it off Amazon, and the gun to sort of put it in. The moss here, so you can see I've just got a few bags of moss. Again, because we're using quite a big base here, I'm probably going to be using all of these. Again, I'll put down some links below where you can get it. I'll give you a few different ideas of where you can get them. We're also just going to want to have some kitchen roll, sort of for filling in any empty areas. Of course, we're going to want our lovely orchid stems. Again, I'm going to give you a few different options of where you can get these and where I got these ones as well, because obviously depending on which ones you want, what colours you want, there's going to be sort of different places you can get them. So I'm going with these pink orchid stems here. You're also going to want to get some, I don't know really what you call them, if they're like floral sticks, basically to sort of support the orchid stems when they go up. You're also going to want to get a base for your orchid. So this one here, as you can see, is sort of like an extra large champagne bucket bowl. I'll put the link to this one below. It's just from Amazon. If it's not there, I'll put a similar one down below. Now this one in here already has some floral foam in it because I'm sort of redoing the one I've done. So the floral foam I used here was already in a bowl, as you can see, and I've actually siliconed that down already, but it was too thin to keep the orchid stems upright. It was kind of falling down. So what you're going to want on top of that to get is some floral foam. So the foam that I would recommend is the Oasis foam. So if you've got a big base like mine, you might want to get 2 of them for stacking up, but I've just got 1 because obviously I'm going on top of one that I've already got. You can get these from Home Bargains, The Range. This particular one was off Amazon. I'll put the link down below, but there's loads of different places you can get them. So you're just going to want to make sure you have some floral foam. Okay, so last but not least, you're just going to want to get some, what do you call this, like bamboo tie sort of thing. I'll put the link down below. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but we're going to use this to tie the orchid stems and the floral sticks to support them and put them together. So this is what we'll use to do that, and as you can see, it's kind of the same colour as the sticks, so it just blends in nicely. So that's everything that you're going to want to get. So the first thing you're going to want to do is use the silicone and stick down the floral foam into your base. Now you're going to want to leave this for quite a while just to make sure it hardens. I tend to leave it about 24 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this now, show you guys how I do it, and then we'll have to come back to finish it off after.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know one single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're...
Okay guys, once the foam has hardened, you can sort of test it to see if it lifts up. What we're going to want to do is go ahead and put our orchid stems in. So as I said, I'll let you know where I got these orchid stems from down below. But what you're going to want to do, if they're not already, usually they're quite flexible. You can shape them and bend them how you would like. So you're just going to want to go ahead and put them relatively in the middle and just push it all the way through the levels of foam that we have. So it's going to make it a lot more sturdier. Now you can see obviously it's not going to be absolutely straight. That's what these floral sort of supports are going to be for. So we're going to have one in and it's going to go next to it like this, and it's going to put it upright. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is probably do one per stem that I do. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this. So if you see where you've put the orchid stem, where it's bending away, so you can see it's bending this way, you're going to want to put the floral support the side that it's sort of leaning. So as opposed to pulling it back up, you're sort of pulling it back up but supporting it on the side that it's going to go. That's going to give you longer time support in the long term. So I'm just going to go ahead and push that one through there. So as you go ahead and do that, you just want to cut a bit of the bamboo string. But once you've got it, it's fine. So I tend to just do it in a knot, and I'll just do the one for now. So I'm going to work my way around and put my stems in. So I'm going to put another one, not too close to it because you don't want the holes to sort of become one, but you want it in enough to be close together. So I have 6 orchid stems that I'm doing here. Obviously, depending on how big you want the arrangement to be, you can have more or less. So you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing the arrangement. I'm just spinning it round to make sure there's no clear points that are just really empty. There we go. So once the stem's in, let me just adjust. So once the orchid stems are in, we're going to go ahead and put these wooden supports in and basically do all the tying up. Once I've tied them individually, I like to get a longer bit of the thing and just tie them sort of all together in a group down nearer the bottom. So this is just going to add an extra layer of support. Right, so once we have the orchid stems in, the next thing we're going to want to do is the leaves. So this was a large pack from Amazon that I'm just going to use. So you'll see they have sort of like a pokey bit at the bottom. So we're just going to go around and poke these into the foam as well. So once you're happy with the leaves, so you can kind of see there how they've all gone in. Now I know this will look a bit bizarre, and there's going to be a lot of empty space that you have. Obviously depending on which floral foam bricks that you use will depend how much space you have. But you can see here, if I sort of tilt it, you can see how much empty space we have. Now this is where you want to use the kitchen roll. And essentially you just want to fill these gaps here with the kitchen roll. So this is basically when we then go ahead and put the moss on, it's going to be a platform for it to sit on, as opposed to having to have enough moss to fill the entire thing. It just then ups the price a bit when you have to get enough moss to fill even deep down when you're not actually going to see that section. So just a little trick to do to keep the price down and just to make it a lot easier. We're just going to fill it with kitchen roll. Once we've done that, you want to get your moss bags. Obviously mine are in just some kitchen carrier bags. And then you're just going to want to, warning, this can get a bit messy, place in the moss around the base. So you can see here I've already got like this massive chunk of it filled, and I've only used not even like, well, half of this bag, and I have 3 of them. Pretty much it. So that is the main part of how you would do your orchid. Now any extra sort of little steps I'll do, I'll sort of just shape the leaves so that they're sort of flowing with the orchid. I like them when they're a bit 3D so they sort of stick up a bit. I'm also probably going to just get some of the ties, and any sort of sections at the top here, I'm just going to put extra ties on, just to add that extra support. If you find that you want it to be even closer, you can tie the whole top bit together, or you can just tie the top of the actual stems to the floral support, which is probably what I'm just going to do. When you see them just sort of leaning slightly apart, just pick those ones out and tie them like so. What I like about when you kind of do it yourself and you have these bits and that spares, if you find that one stem starts to go slightly, you have the stuff that you use to do it, so you can actually just fix it yourself. So I'm just going to clean up this, and then I'm going to show you guys a closer look.
I know I'm acting stupid, but being dumb, maybe just a little bit foolish. I feel so young. Drunk, I've never seen you clearer than now. We're flying high, floating somewhere up in the clouds. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real, cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning. So take me on a trip, 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 now trip, trip, trip. Oh, flick the switch, kill the lights. Oh, wasted. City lights are shining so bright.